Hello, beautiful people. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the final episode of Be an A-Citizen webinar series. I'm Dr. Stemitu, a third-year business administration student majoring in accounting.
And I am Daniel Amano, a first-year ACity student majoring in accounting as well. And I'm an alumnus of the Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. And today we are going to be your moderators. So we virtually welcome you to ACity University College,
where we make our mark, where the students strive to achieve their goals, where future leaders are born. Welcome again to the future. In this episode, you're going to hear from some of our amazing...
Doctors, Daniel, we just have 2 attendees. Can we hold on, please? And pay attention to your webinar chats, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The sun that rises and sets over the beautiful cities of Africa heralds the birth of a new generation, a generation that will rewrite the fortunes of this rich continent. The solutions for Africa are found here.
We are making a mark in Africa, building leaders and entrepreneurs who would push boundaries to rewrite the African story through ethical leadership, innovation, creativity, and most importantly, through teamwork. This is Africa. Welcome to the future. Welcome to Academic City. There is no alternative. It is a one-way street. All you need to do is to meet the university entry requirements for WASI, SSCE, NECO, English IB, French IB, IGCSE, and A-level, or the American diploma. With any of these, you are more than eligible to be a student of Academic City. Make a unique ACT experience is what I term ICE: innovation, creativity, entertainment, and most importantly, discovery. A unique ACT experience is all about you, the student. You make your experience ICE. We have completely shifted from the traditional style of teaching to a more innovative and creative hands-on experience. 70% of our classroom experience is purely practical, and with the help of our enviable faculty strength who have industry experience with our ultra-modern machineries and logistics from industry, students are more than ready to have a feel of their real work. We have students from over 24 countries that stay here on Academic City campus. This is where they live. This is where they network, connect, and create cherished memories. Indeed, this is home away from home. Considering the times we find ourselves in now, Academic City College has rolled out an installment payment plan for parents who would want to pay their fees in installments. I am super excited to announce to you that the first 250 new students who register with Academic City this year enjoy up to 50% discount on tuition fee. Note that tuition fee includes registration, tuition, and all learning materials needed in class. We are excited to inform you that we have completely migrated to an online admission process. Kindly visit www.act.edu.gh/admissions to apply now. The question should be, what do we expect from you as a graduate of Academic City? We expect you to make a mark and impact our world with the tools we equipped you with. You are the future. Choose ACT. Make your mark.
Hello, beautiful people. Good afternoon again, and welcome to the third episode of our webinar series, #Be an A Citizen. I'm Dr. Stamituru. I'm a third-year business administration student majoring in accounting. I'm a proud Nigerian. I'm joined together with Daniel Amano, who will be introducing himself soon.
Sorry, I was muted. So I'm Daniel Amano, an alumnus of the Presbyterian Boys Secondary School and a student at Academic City College, majoring in BBA Accounting. And I'm a Ghanaian, yeah. So today, we are going to be your moderators.
We virtually welcome you to Academic City University College, where we make our mark, where the students strive to achieve their goals, where future leaders are born. Welcome to the future. In this episode, you're going to hear the voices of some of our amazing, marvelous, extraordinary, interesting faculty and students who are going to discuss various aspects of Academic City to you. This discussion will be mind-blowing, captivating, exciting, and of course, informative. So stay glued to your seats and enjoy the webinar. Before I start off the webinar, I would like to go over the program outline and some few housekeeping rules so we all can actively participate in the webinar. Today's webinar is going to take approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes. Our second session, you're going to meet our amazing A-Citizen, get to interact with our experienced faculty. There's going to be an exciting trivia where we'll get to engage all our students present, and the question and answers and announcements section. So don't go anywhere. Now for the housekeeping rules, if this is your first time using Zoom webinar, kindly note your questions, answers, comments, and concerns will be read out. So don't forget to put in your question and answers down there. And to know, our webinar is being recorded and is being available on YouTube. So kindly go on YouTube and you get to see the webinar at Academic City University College. So let's move on to introducing our amazing A-citizens. Let's meet them.
So today we are going to have 5 amazing, interesting, like very intellectual students of Academic City College speaking to us. And they are from different, diverse backgrounds. You could get a Nigerian in there. You could get a Ghanaian, of course, in there. You could get a Congolese, a Beninois. So Academic City College is actually a very diverse university where you get to meet people from different backgrounds. And today, with our 5 students, I would like to introduce Janice, who will start off the webinar with us. She's going to be the first student to speak. So Janice, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone, my name is Janice Mfakwamy and I am a second-year computer engineering student here at Academic City College. I completed Holy Child School and joined ACity last year, 2019. And I must say that my journey has been quite interesting. I heard about ACity back in high school. They came for a school visit and they told us everything they had to offer as an institution. And I was very impressed. I was very excited and I really hoped to join the ACT family someday. Fortunately for me, I was given a scholarship to study computer engineering here at ACT. And when I came here, the first place I fell in love with is the engineering workshop. And it's only natural because I'm an engineering student, but the engineering workshop is some place I am so excited. I'm so looking forward to visiting all the time. So this is a video showing me and my mates working in the engineering workshop. So the video shows my mates and I working in the engineering workshop. Now okay. Thank you very much. Yes, as you can see, I was doing a little bit of cutting in the engineering workshop. Now my class is male dominated, right? But we the ladies do not feel left out at all when we are doing certain activities in the lab. Everybody gets involved. There's maximum supervision and the supervisors make sure that everyone gets involved. And it's all fun and exciting. There's always something new to learn. And that's one main reason why I look forward to visiting the engineering workshop all the time. Another thing that I really like about ACT is how friendly everyone is around here. Student-faculty relationship is really good. You get to meet your lecturers at any time. If you have any concerns with your academics, if you have any concerns with your studies, they are there to help you. They give you all the support they can give. And I feel like that is really encouraging. And also student-to-student relationship is really good here. There's really no distinction between first years, second years, third years, or fourth years. Everyone is a family here, the ACT family. Everyone is so friendly around here. I remember back in my first semester, there was this event that was being organized for the ladies called I'm Perfectly Me. And I was very privileged to be amongst the organizers. And I was only first year student there. Yes, that's the picture of the organizers. And you can see me there. I was the only first year student there. But then everything was so amazing. The event came out. Everyone was just all about building each other up, helping improve upon ourselves. And it was an amazing experience. So this year we were hit with the coronavirus and everything in the world had to take a turn, including education. We had just come back from our mid-semester break, ready to begin the second half of the semester, but we were told to go back home because of safety precautions. And then we were told we were starting virtual classes like the next week or so. And we were all wondering how this was going to come off because it's a first. But then God being so good, everything went on smoothly. I dare say that there was really no much difference between physical ACT and virtual ACT. The school was very supporting as well, and everything went on smoothly. With regards to student-faculty relationship, you could still contact your lecturers at any time. With regards to concerns about your studies, you could still say hello to your friend and ask them to help you. And there was really no much difference between the two. And also with regards to an engineering practical lesson, though we couldn't really apply on the machines back in school, there was still some applications. We still did our engineering design, we still applied our calculations. So there was really not much difference. So I know how it feels to be starting your university education online. A lot of people want to really experience campus facilities and all that. But I want to encourage you and I want to tell you to embrace this opportunity, because in a few years to come, this is going to be a thing, right? So it's just more like preparing you for the future as ACT does. So I just want to encourage you, and hopefully when coronavirus goes, you can also experience the campus facilities for yourself. So I wish you all the best and thank you very much.
Awesome. Yeah, that's Janice for you. Very, very cool individual. And so, Chinazo will be taking over.
Hi everyone, my name is Chinazo, but please call me Nazo. I am a second year computer science student, information technology student of Academic City. I am happy that you're on this Zoom meeting. So I finished school and my cousin actually went to ACT before me. This is my journey, okay? So my cousin went to ACT before me, and that's how I heard about ACT. But what made me actually come to the school was their after a 4-year approach to teaching. So even students and parents always worry, okay, when my child is done, will he get a job? Would he be ready for life? Would he be ready? Would he be ready? Trust me, ACT just prepares you for that future. As in, right now, if I graduate, I'm not even scared. With the amount of internships ACT gets you, you feel like you can live alone. You feel like you can move the world and make your mark, which is actually the motto. So that's what actually made me come there. When I saw ACT on paper, I was like, audio, these people they have showed something that doesn't look like what it looks like, but I can tell you for a fact, everything you see in the video you just watched is real. It feels like when I went to ACT, it feels like the things they drew on the paper was they just drew it, after they drew it finished, they now went to build it. The facilities are amazing. The engineering facilities are amazing. The computer science laboratories are just things you dream about. Yeah. So yeah, I went to ACT. It was seamless to register, because the registration process, if you're in Nigeria, you know what registration processes can take. So the registration process took next to no time. It was just seamless. Everything was just going so smoothly. I was shocked. I said, am I in America? So yeah, it was awesome. It was an awesome experience for me. The teacher relationships, all these are things that you actually pray to God that you might have. ACT almost guarantees you all that. Now, I know if you're a student watching me right now, you will not get to experience this right now. It was mid-semester, as my prior panelists spoke. It was mid-semester when they announced everybody leave because of Corona, but you will not experience that. But I promise you that the virtual experience is not even far off from what you'll be getting in real life. We finished, and we just finished mid-semester, and they told everybody to go home. And before we know it, we're all thinking, we're all confused. How will it work? It shouldn't be possible. But that's the thing with ACT. They break boundaries. It doesn't matter, So they just built a whole online learning facility, even some of the practicals we're doing online. Students were now helping students. It was like a community of people who wanted to I can't explain. We wanted to just blossom. We knew we had to thrive. And yeah, that's what just ACT is about. So even the whole library experience, trust me, we have my school, we have one of the best libraries in Ghana. I'm not gluten. So they practically lifted that and put it online. So it makes learning easy, swift. I mean, being an international student, I thought like meshing or going around with Ghanaians will be difficult, or people of different countries will be difficult. But trust me, everybody just feels like home. The next person feels like your brother. The next person feels like you could dine together. Everybody's just very happy. I mean, if you're a student here, trust me, the B Lounge will be one of the best places you would experience. But trust me, after the corona is passed by God's grace, we'll all be able to like sit and talk and have the true ACT experience. So, I mean, ACT is an amazing school. It's an amazing school to be in. It's an amazing school to go to. As an international student, it broadens your mind. Trust me, there are some countries I've heard in ACT that I didn't know existed. I mean, there are some countries, I didn't know there was a Spain-speaking country in Africa until I went to ACT. So ACT broadens your mind. So if you're looking at me now, if you're watching me and you're still on the fence and you're still thinking about joining ACT, when you finally decide to join ACT, let me be the first people to say the famous words, "Welcome to the future." So thank you for listening to me. Daniel?
Yeah, thank you very, very much, Nazor. Yeah, I took a while to unmute myself, but yeah, that's Nazor for you, one of like our most outspoken um, mates. You know, I have like way back history with him. The first time I came to school for registration, he's the first person I talked to, like I met and talked to, and we had a very great conversation. And after that, you know, the whole thing has been an exciting experience. So yeah, what they are all saying about ACT is very true, and you should have no doubts about maybe what they are saying is not true, or what they are saying is maybe true, but it's very true. So yeah, I think you should listen to them very carefully and just try to pick up some of the most interesting aspects to you, and we'll get back to you soon. So Eugene will take over.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Eugene Kwame Asiedudate. I am a second year banking and finance student in Academic City. Now, as you can see, I am not exactly in a very uh, stable position to be making this presentation in this webinar, but I felt it was very important to be able to communicate with the next batch of Academic City students who are going to be coming into the school. Now, when you hear, wherever you hear Academic City and whenever you hear Academic City, what you normally hear right after is hashtag make your mark. This may not make sense to you right now, but then you need to understand that being an academic city is a project. You're being part of a project, and it's important for you to be able to make your mark next, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years. You look back at the school and drop off the decision and now, my journey to my school, I'm an alumni of Achimwane to land my hand on one of their brochures, and I looked at the design they had for the school, and the concept idea was brilliant. Now, unfortunately, you're not going to see all of that because of the current coronavirus situation. But then hopefully once it's all over and we get back to school, you'd get to witness the compact nature of the campus, but at the same time, very breathtaking and wonderful architecture of the campus. Now, coming into other things, when I joined ACity, I was very surprised at how much care they took of their students, all right? Now, if you're to go to any other public university or any other university, you might just end up being one of the students there, but like you're a part of a family. As I said, you're being part of a project if you join an academic city. And knowing that in the school is a big factor that makes it, and I feel you should too. Now to our virtual classes. The virtual transition was incredibly seamless. We came home and in a couple of days were straight back into classes, virtual Zoom classes and everything. It was brilliant. And the good thing about it is that the lecturers are still the same lecturers and all of that. And you can still form the relationships you'd have formed if you were in school right there in the virtual class from the comfort of your homes. I, for one, have taken a big advantage with the virtual learning and all that, and the Zoom to be able to communicate with my friends outside of class, to study, create study groups, chat with them, try and teach and learn from academics. Now, during this lockdown period, myself, we had about a 1 hour Zoom meeting just between the two of us, and we were just chatting and learning how to use certain softwares. So I, for instance, taught him how to use Adobe Premiere Pro, and he taught me how to use FL Studio, which is a music development software. But then this is what I'm trying to say to you. You don't need to be in school to enjoy the experience. You're being part of this project, and it's up to you to find a way to make your mark in this project. And so I feel like if you haven't already made your mind up, now it's a good time. Now it's a brilliant time to make up your mind. So Academic City, hashtag make your mark.
Awesome, awesome, bro. Yeah. So that's Eugene for you. And he's been a very good friend since we started the Academic City journey, and we really had a good time. We've shared a lot of things, like from being in the same class, the same course, same program. And yeah, everything he said, I can really bear witness with that. So, Eugene, thanks so much for enlightening us about the ACT experience, the virtual experience, and everything that goes on campus. So, to our next A citizen who will be speaking to us, we have Desni. Desni can take over now.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Desni Mutula, and I'm from Congo Brazzaville, a country located in Central Africa. So I'm very honored to be here, and I'm going to share the little experience I had with Academic City. So I offer IT at Academic City, and this is going to be my fourth and last year. So it was quite a long but interesting journey. Back then, joining Academic City got me a little bit anxious. Why? Because it was something new, something I've never done before. Living in a French-speaking country and coming to study in English. So I was a little bit anxious about the idea of joining Academic City. But then when the school started, I was surprised, I would say in a good way, because I met people from all over Africa. Like I was surprised by the diversity at Academic City. You had people from several French countries. I met people from Congo, people from Gabon, Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, and we were able to bond. So I wasn't really feeling like a stranger. And then I remember during my first year, we had a French class. It's one of the class I like the most because you will see Ghanaian and Nigeria struggling with the French. And it was funny, actually. And then one of the things I liked back then was the concept of combined class. Like at Academic City, we had combined classes when they would put IT student and business student together. And this is very interesting when it comes to project because you will try to solve it as an IT student. Like you will see the problem from the IT perspective, and they will try and see it for the business. And there are clashes. And you debate, and by the end of the day, you come with an agreement. And it was all good, all fun. And also, I enjoyed the combined class because, you know, in our classes, there were not a lot of girls. A business student, like there are a lot of girls in business classes, so it was quite good. When I joined, the school was located at Circle, and then we moved to the new campus. I'm sure you've had the time to check it. Very beautiful and amazing. And moving to the new campus came with like a lot of fun activities and events. Like I could remember we had this competition, cooking competition between departments on Farmers Day, which IT department won, by the way. Like the new campus came with a lot of clubs, like there are a lot of clubs available, business club, robotic club, happiness club. We did an amazing job by organizing a lot of excursion and just to cool down the pressure, right? And then, yeah, another thing I liked about the school was something about me is I really like videography and photography, like anything related to a camera. But the school was able to provide a platform for me to express my passion. Like I work on a couple of projects for the school. Like I would do a video and then the school will post it on social media and feature me. Like this was done by any citizen, and you know, I really like that support from the school. And also there's something that is really amazing with academic cities. They will help you and prepare you for the professional work. The professional world, sorry. Like we've had a lot of workshops on how to write a CV or how to behave yourself during an interview. And the school even went far beyond by organizing career fairs. One employer will come and then get in touch with our students. And this resulted in a lot of student learning and internship during vacation. So by the time you complete your term at Academic City, you would have done already maybe 3 or 4 internships. So you are ready for the professional world. And I don't think a lot of universities do that out there. Yeah. And finally, the transition to the virtual class. Virtual was quite smooth. I would say the school did an amazing job by providing data for everyone so that you will not miss school. And the lecture were really available and everything was cool. I would say for me, I think the virtual class was even better than the online, the physical class because you're in the comfort of your room. I mean, you are having class, but you're in your room, like you are very comfortable. And yeah, that's all for me. And I would say I would really encourage anyone to join Academic City because, I mean, the culture here is just amazing. So don't hesitate, enjoy. Thank you very much. And thank you for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Desni. Yeah, we really enjoyed it. We really learned a lot as well. Yeah, so Desni is he's my senior in school, and well, after I came to school, I think it took a while before I met him. But after meeting him, I realized he was a very cool person, and then whoa, we've been friends since then. So yeah, the academic city community is a very small family, or let me say a big family, yes, which you can tap into to get a lot of resources. You could tap into to get information. You can tap into to build your network and everything. So yeah, Desni is in charge of a lot of things on campus. He does a lot of photography. I know that, and he also helped with the SRC week. But yeah, I won't talk so much about that. Let me let them finish so that yeah, we get a lot of information after they've all spoken. So the next on our list is a Beninois. Yes, she's from Benin, and Gladys is going to take over from here.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Gladys Comfort. I'm a third year banking and finance student at ACity College. So let me tell you my stories, how everything started with ACT. So like many other international students, I decided to come to Ghana to study. And it is there I heard about ACT. So people were talking so much about the schools, I was like, I had to go and visit the school. So when I went there for the first time, I was just, wow. I just felt in love with the school building. And when the administration teams of ACT started talking about ACT vision, mission, the activity, I just told myself, this is the school I want to attend. So my experience at ACT has been great. I had the opportunity to organize events, mostly for the SRC week. We really enjoyed ourselves and I really learned a lot. For the academic part, as a future chief financial officer, yes, I want to be a financial officer of this world. My classmate and I, we had the opportunity to visit a company in Ghana called Lesel. I don't know if you heard about it. So we had this opportunity to visit it and we met the managers. We talked to them, we asked them a lot of questions that we weren't able to ask in class. And they're really kind, they answered us and it was really fun. So just to tell you that all of that is for us to get the practical part of everything we used to do in class. And one thing I really like with ACT is the FI class. So during that class, they encourage us to bring up innovative ideas, business ideas. That's why you will see that most of the students at ACT have started their business. Yes, we are still students, but most of us have started our business. But unfortunately, with this virus, we moved from physical meeting to virtual meeting. But let me tell you guys, there is no difference. It's still the same thing. So through this pandemic, ACT has helped us improve the online class. Yes, because at first, we were having a lot of challenges. So ACT has sent us free data. Yes, free data to just help us improve the online class. Also, they organize virtual meetings with entrepreneurs, with people who have started business during this pandemic. Because you know that with this virus, a lot of business have been shut down. But there are some people out there who took opportunities of this virus to start business. So ACT organized a meeting with them and we were able to talk to them to ask them a lot of questions. Also, academic support of ACT has gone virtual. Yes, we can, anytime we need support from ACT, we can join them virtually through Zoom, WhatsApp, or many other things. And during this pandemic, the career fair department of ACT didn't forget us. They didn't, not at all. So they always sent us internship application, and sometimes they follow us during our internship periods. So I hope that you learned a lot with my experience at ACity College, both physically and virtual. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gladys. Thank you so much. And so this brings us to the end of that session where the A-citizens speak with us. And I hope you've enjoyed it. You've got a lot of information. And if you have any questions, kindly hold on to them. You could leave them in the Q&A section. And after, when it gets to the time where we have to answer your questions, we'll actually take a look at them and then give you all the information you need. So next is, we're going to take a tour around ACity College. Yes, we've done a lot of talking. Now want to see some images, want to see some visuals. So Yeah, take a tour with us. Oh, okay. So with some of these images, the the young man on your left, your far left, is Isaac Apia. Yeah, he's a level 300 student. Yeah, he's also doing business administration, but majoring in marketing. And this was a happiness club project where they went to do some donations. Yeah, so Academic City actually helps you to be an initiator. You do things, you start clubs. So nobody is restricted. You can start your clubs. You could see them there. There are lots of clubs. Yes,
So,
this was
so
one
that
of our events.
let me add a few things to what you're saying. So as I said, Academic City revolves around clubs, student initiative, coming up with clubs yourself and bringing out the ideas. As you can see, I'm also in the picture at the back, went back. This is an autism awareness program whereby the Rotary Club of Academic City, we came together to do something good and to inform people about autism awareness. So that's the few things we do at Academic City, where the students are made to come up with their club themselves. As you can see, we donated books. So we partnered with some firm, Edu Sports in America, and we went to donate books to underprivileged areas in the Eastern region. And from this, we were dubbed the most supporting university in Ghana.
Okay,
Students are
so
also encouraged to take up that. So Daniel, tell them about this. I can see you in the picture there.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, this was a very exciting experience. So this was when I was in level 100, and this is together with all the business students in level 100. So we had a business project going on there, an ice cream project we started on campus. So yeah, we actually run a business on campus where we sell ice cream to people, and you're allowed to do anything you want provided it's very innovative, and then it's captive, like it's doing something very good to the community. Yeah.
Okay, so as you can see, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Day, where we're spreading the news about breast cancer. But do you know about 5% of people under the age of 40 can contract breast cancer? So we're just spreading the news and keeping everybody informed about breast cancer. As you see, Academic City students take initiative to achieve the best. So take a look at people and how the workshop settings is like. As you can see, the students and they're being shown on how the engineering equipment are being used. So that's what they are doing. They're just helping them out. As you can
Yeah.
see, the lady over there is called Harriet, and then she's doing an engineering practicals, which is very, very much engaging, as you can see.
Yeah, and even though, because it's not even only engineering students, because students in all programs actually engage in a lot of practical work, and they go on the field, they get hands-on teaching and learning. So yeah, just like even what we did with the project, the business students, you get a lot of practical work to support your academics. And as you see on your screen, this was a reading banquet. So in Academic City College, we encourage reading because reading is one of the most reading is one of the best ways to get knowledge. So when you don't read, you really don't get a lot of knowledge. Yeah, and as you see on your screen, this is a journalism student in Academic City College who took opportunity that came towards or that came her way, and she got a chance to be in South Africa on this SABC news channel to actually have an internship. So this was like open to all students to take the opportunity to travel to South Africa to do their internship, and she actually did. So yeah, ACT actually encourages students to take initiative, to take advantage of all the opportunities they get. Now we are going into the classrooms. Like, so this is like a typical setting of a classroom. Yeah. So it's very uh, interactive, not so cumbersome, but it's very free and interactive. We do a lot of presentations. So yeah, be ready for that. And that is going to really boost your confidence. ACT is actually preparing every student to be a future leader. So you have to be very confident, and that's what we always undertake in most of our classes, presentations, projects, so that you could actually build your confidence and know that what you are doing is you understand what you're doing. Yeah. So some of the projects that people have undertaken in school, there are lots of them would have to talk about if we were given the time, but time wouldn't really permit us. Yeah, and this one too. So outdoor activities, a lot of them go on in Academic City College. This was in the second semester, I guess. We went to the Legon Botanical Gardens. Yes, this was the Farmers' Day cooking competition. Yeah, that one the IT people won. So yeah, we encourage a lot, and this was also the Legon Botanical Gardens. We have a lot of outdoor activities, a lot of interactions. You wouldn't really be bored if you don't want to be bored. You have a lot of space to do everything you want. This was one of our very first activities on campus, was an exercise session in the morning. So yeah, a lot is going on at Academic City College that you should really check out. uh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you
So
very much, Daniel. So as you said, you've gotten the chance to meet our A-citizen students, and you see how amazing they are. Tell me and I'll forget. Teach me and I may learn. Involve me and I will learn. So that's a quote, as I said, practical learning in Academic City University College. I was also honored to join Gladys there at LSL, and it was an amazing experience. We interacted with the director, we interacted with the HR. They told us how important it is to know people and interact with them well, because sometimes managing people isn't very easy. But that's not something you get told in books, right? Okay, before I move on to introduce our amazing faculty, I'll tell you a story. So once I was watching a movie, and when I was watching the movie, and then the teacher asked the young student 1+1, and the guy stood up and said 1+1 is 11, and then a student shouted objection, and then the teacher said overruled, and I was like, he's correct. So at that moment at home, we were all laughing, but then I realized that there was a lesson behind what happened. A teacher has the power to shape what the student become. If they provide the right set of education, the student become a very successful person in future. So lecturers, teachers, and people have the right to make you who you are for the next generation. As I said, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. So now I want you to have the opportunity to meet our seasonal, exceptional, engaging, hardworking, and dedicated faculty. The faculty members at Academic City are industry trained. So you hear from them on how they interact with students, the special techniques they use, and how students inspire them, and they also inspire students. As I said, inspiration goes two ways. So the first person we're going to ask is Dr. Ransford Entry. Let me tell you a little bit about Dr. Ransford before we go on. So we went on a trip to Kakum. That was my first time there. And then we were going hiking. And Dr. Ransford was in front of me. So I wanted to make it a competition, and he was going so fast. And I tried my best to actually beat him, but he reached there before me. So I was like, okay, so when I'm coming back, I'll make sure I get down before Dr. Ransford. And I did. So what did he do? He tried and he said, congratulations, I did well. All I wanted to do is to find a way to compete with my teacher. But all we know, he made me win. So I will let you hear from Dr. Ransford, and then you see how amazing he is, as I'm saying. So Dr. Ransford, please take it away.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Can you see me? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dr. Ransford.
Yes. Thank you for the kind words. What I want to present is based upon some sort of feedback I received from students who took my class last semester. And by extension, I want to say this is what really happens in almost all the classes. And the reason I'm taking it from that angle is that I want to see how satisfied our students are and what make them satisfied with what we produce. The first item that, or extract that I found from the students is the fact that our lecturers at ACity provide them with course outlines that are complete and detailed. This means students from the first day of class are able to have knowledge of the expectations, both from the angle of the lecturer and also what they also think the lecturer wants them to do. In the course outline, we have items like assignments, due dates for those assignments, what reading materials and preparations have to be made before the class or before the next class begins. Remember that every effort that we make at ACity with regard to what we teach our students is to help them to meet industry needs. We want them to be able, as students, we want you, when you complete, to be able to hit the ground running and not to take another 1 year or so trying to get to know what you have to do on the ground. No, we prepare you. That is why you are at ACity. We prepare you for the world of work. And by so doing, we try to enhance your learning as a student and thereby increase your employability. We help you to succeed at ACity because our course is structured in that way. Another feedback or extract from a student states that the lecturer or ACity lecturers are very good and professional. What does that entail? It entails a lot in the sense that before even a lecturer is engaged by ACity, a lot of screening has gone through before. We make sure that ACity makes sure that they don't depend only on the academic qualification, but also you have to be able to impart knowledge, to impart skill. In other words, you have to have the skill that will enable your students to understand and acquire the knowledge that you want to pass on. And in that respect, what ACity does is to ensure that the teaching faculty before they are accepted and engaged, the teaching faculty has to go through simulation exercises to make sure that they can deliver what they have in their mind to students. Being professional also means we treat students the same way without creating unnecessary favorites. We know that every student is a favorite of the lecturer. So we ensure that faculty are available for consultation at any time, even outside of lecture hours. We have office hours that students can either book or walk in to have discussions with lecturers. Another area that the students found very useful and helpful was the discussions and interactiveness that they had during during class with one another and even with the lecturers. The presentations were not just finished or ended up after the student had finished the presentation, but then there is always a feedback session that the students get to make sure that what they have delivered is acceptable, up to standard, respect one another. So students are taught to respect the views and opinions of their colleagues, not to run down on any one. The faculty set the example. Faculty are very friendly and allow students to interact even in class, as long as the interaction is helpful, is meaningful, is productive, and gears the program forward. The next area of interest that the students mentioned had been the diversity in the mode of delivery, the way lecturers give instructions. Academicity does not depend on one-way delivery, like just coming to class and lecture in a monotone monologue. No. There are various modes of delivery. And in this case, the students cited, for example, the videos and movies that they watched in class. And one student said that was opposite what she ever thought was possible, could happen in a class. And that really made her love even the class much more. Another thing that the students mentioned that our lecturers do is the inclusion of real life activities real life activities in class, activities that are not just imaginary, but that are happening within the environment, and trying to find solutions to those challenges and issues. I recall that in, say, our African studies class, for example, one professor from America, Professor James Moore, had indicated how he hated Black Africans. And by the way, Professor James Moore is himself a Black man, a Black American. But he didn't like Black Africans. So what did we do? In class, we decided that we were going to write an open letter to Professor James Moore, which we did, based upon his arguments, and to turn his arguments upside down, because there were so many fallacies and assumptions that the so-called professor had made. And I'm so happy that my students could challenge that professor. And if it had been in a debate, my students would have won, hands down. The other comment I want to stress, coming from the students, that the courses that we provide at ACity challenges them to believe in themselves. And I think that is a very important issue. So we want our students to believe in themselves. And finally, with the COVID-19, one student said that the fact that we have gone virtual has even brought them closer together than they initially thought was possible. Thank you very much. I'll be standing by for your questions in due course. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Ransford Entry. Please tell us how the virtual classes has been for the students. As in, how do you see the virtual classes, and how has this pandemic affected students in general? Please elaborate on that a little for our audience.
Okay. Well, at the start of every new thing, there is some panic. So no wonder in communication, we have something like a legacy of fear associated with new things and new ways of doing things. So it wasn't surprising that when we wanted to go the Zoom way, some felt that it wouldn't work. But in the course of doing it, they became so comfortable with it that at a point, like I said, a student said he prefers even the seamless nature of the virtual teaching to the in-person, because she's able to hide behind the screen and come up with, enjoy the virtual classes. I know that in time, even those who were have now left the intimidation and have embraced it, either from the side of the lecturers or from even the side of the students. They all
Okay,
enjoy.
Dr. Ransford, thank you very much. If anyone have more questions, they'll state that at the end of the section. So the next speaker, thank you, Dr. Ransford again. The next speaker is Mr. Julius. I can't still mention his surname. So Mr. Julius, please do us the favor and then tell us more and then blow the students' mind as usual. That's it.
Hi, good afternoon from Ghana. That's if you're watching from Ghana. Julius Amegaji is my name, just like Dorcas was not able to mention my name. Yep, I am the coordinator, department coordinator for information technology, and I lecture in information technology courses as well, and some computer science related courses, and some business courses related to IT as well. So thanks for the opportunity to be able to be online. Having watched some of the pictures of campus, there was a lot of nostalgia there, and really hoping we can get back being physical. But the new normal now is being online, and it's been great so far. My experience as a lecturer in Academic City has been a very wonderful one, in the sense that we lecturers and students have become co-creators of knowledge, you know. And one of the things we try to do in Academic City, as the students have already indicated, is that we have a friendly atmosphere with the students, and we've become family, you know. So the students are able to interact with us in class and out of class, even after having left campus and having gone virtual. We've still been in touch with students who sometimes even contact us, not with issues not related to studies, but with their projects which they want to do and stuff like that. One of the things we try to do at Academic City is also to have a holistic learning for our students in this sense. So what do I mean by holistic learning? As some of the students mentioned, for most of our courses, we try to have team projects in those courses. And I remember last 2 semesters, I was teaching database management systems to a few students whom have even presented here. Dorcas was part of them. So it was a nice experience, but then we also had to make sure they do team projects for them to practicalize what they were learning, and a course with another course so that they can interact with each other and work on a project. So you can have students in database and another group of students in web technologies collaborate to form a team project. And at the end of the semester, they present their project in a presentation form. As you heard, our students do a lot of presentations to prepare them on how to do public speaking and basically build their confidence as well. Thirdly, one of the things we also do at Academic City is to invite industry experts to talk to our students during the semester. So if you are teaching, for example, I remember I taught my students digital analytics, where I had to invite an expert from Google to come and talk to them about Google Analytics, just to give them the practical feel of how things are. So we believe that these interactions with the experts also give our students the opportunity to see what's in the future for them, or how it is like to work in various workplaces in case they go out. Thirdly, also most of us our courses, as I mentioned, we try to have projects. And one interesting course which I taught last semester was emerging technologies, where we had a look at topics like the Internet of Things, we had blockchain, and our students had to do team projects on Internet of Things, and they really came out with interesting things which will really be STEAM projects. We even had another, so emerging technologies was for students of first year, and we have a student from second year who is going to be in third year now, okay, to lead them in these projects, which was really, really interesting. And in that process, we all became co-creators of knowledge and learned a lot of things. Also, the international community which we have as a family is a very interesting one. As you can see, there are French-speaking students amongst us. I speak a bit of French, so it gives me the opportunity to also practice my French sometimes with the students. And it's just amazing how things go. The opportunities with Academic City, as we give our students, also as lecturers, we also have these opportunities in the sense that I've had the opportunity to be involved in other activities like recruitment of students, being an MC for functions where I could practice my MC skills. These things may not, I mean, they are not things related to the classroom, but eventually they add up to the holistic approach with which we want to let our students get opportunities. As you can see, Dorcas and Daniel are co-chairing our webinar this afternoon. And then lastly, one thing I would like to touch upon is that one of the things we've realized at Academic City is that we want our students to be leaders wherever they go, leaders in leading yourself and leaders wherever you find yourself. So at any point in time, you have the opportunity to be a leader in leading yourself, to be a leader in leading others. And consciously and unconsciously, we try to let our students know that they are always in the leadership role, because good leaders are the people who are going to change the story of Africa for us and be a better Africa. And then, well, lastly, again, I just remembered something, if I could share with you. I mentioned earlier that the friendly atmosphere which we have with the students enable them to be able to open up to lectures about anything and everything. One of the students came to sit by me and we started chatting. And then one of the questions he asked me was, sir, do you sometimes feel like giving up? I was taken a bit aback, like at the question. I was like, why that question in my mind, you know? But then I frankly told him, yeah, there are times I feel like giving up as well. But, you know, when you feel like giving up, you have to know that these times come, but they are part of life. That was what I told the student. They are part of life. And you just have to put yourself together and make sure you move on. You know, he never really told me what was the challenge he was having, but that opportunity which he had, because we were friends, to be able to ask me that question gave me the opportunity to be able to motivate him. And when we were done, he mentioned that he's okay now. So I want to tell future students who are going to be part of our family as well as parents that their wards are going to have an exciting experience being an academic city. And we, the lecturers, are always on the lookout to make sure your wards become future ready and future leaders to be able to make an impact as individuals and to impact our world as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Julius. As you have it, attendees, as he said, lecturers are your friends. So it's safe for me to say I have a lot of friends in Academic City University. All they want to do is to shape you to who you become in the future. So let's just invite the next lecturer, the next amazing lecturer, Mr. Julian Bennett. You know, students have rumors where they talk about things going on, And we, the students, have been dogging this lecturer as the most happy lecturer. He's always smiling. You can never go anywhere and you not see Mr. Julian Bennett smiling. And I'll be like, maybe he has no problem in life. Well, we don't know, but his positive vibe give us hope. So, Mr. Julian Bennett, let's hear from you now.
All right. Thank you very much, Dorcas. And thank you all for inviting me to this program, and welcome. I would just add a few more points to what the other lecturers have said. There are a few things that make Academic City stand out as a university. The first thing is we bring our lessons to life. We make things, the things we teach in class come alive. So you're not just going into a classroom. You might be used to the system from most senior high schools where a teacher comes in and he starts writing things on the board, equations on the board, AX plus B, Y plus is equal to C or something like that. Or if it's a biology class, you come and draw a well-labeled diagram of a cell and you have to copy everything and then make sure you memorize it. So when they ask you in the exam time, draw a well-labeled diagram of a cell, you just copy and make sure that you pull out everything that he's giving you. So that the teacher will tell you, what I give to you, give to me. But at Academic City, we don't do that. We like to train our students to think for themselves. And like I was saying, we bring our lessons to life. So you can see in this image, most of our classroom, these are all classroom scenarios, even though, as you can see, not everything was done in a physical classroom. In the top left image, you can see clearly there's a lecturer, the white lady, Julie, teaching 3 students. Actually, she was working with them on a project. They were doing something on materials, and they were learning about how the atoms and molecules are packed together. So in trying to demonstrate that, or to create a visual picture of that, you can see there's some marshmallows on the table. She got the students to build some of these different packing methodologies with the marshmallows and some sticks. Some other students did them with balloons, and then others did them with pebbles. And then at the bottom left corner, you can see an image of a student trying to fix something. It was actually a field trip we organized as part of a mechanical engineering program in their first year. And they went to see firsthand how some of these machines work together. And at that time, it just so happened that some of their technicians were doing some work, and she joined them. You can see that straight away she was able to, she knew what was supposed to be done, and she was working with them without feeling shy or afraid. That's one thing that we like to build in our students. Once you get out into industry, you have to be confident about what you know. Now, if we just teach you how to, for example, let's say we teach you about a 4-cylinder engine, and you go out there, you see a 6-cylinder engine. You don't say that we didn't learn about 6-cylinder engines in class. You have to be able to apply the knowledge we teach you and use that to solve whatever problem that you have. Now on the top right corner, what happened was we took our students to a farm. It was part of there's a course we have in the first year you'll be doing if you join us. It's called Technology and Society. And all our first year students do it. Now we try to look at how the relationship between technology and society. And one of the things that came up was agriculture. So we took our students to a neighboring farm, and they had to ask the farmers firsthand what this entails, from sowing the seed right through to harvesting the crops. What are the challenges they face? How is it done? And then they came back to the classroom, and we divided them into groups, and they were able to brainstorm and come up with some solutions that the farmers could adopt. So later on, we invited the farmers back to our university, and we made these presentations to them. And it's based on examples like this that we're able to come up with new solutions that can relate to, that we can sell back to industry, or students can start up jobs. I heard a student, and one of the students talking about the fact that you have your own businesses. Some of our students already have businesses. So these are things that we encourage students to do right from year one, so that by the time you're done with school, in your final year, if you're not gainfully employed, if you're not having your own business, you should be gainfully employed somewhere. In the bottom half of it, you can see some images of students, one doing some titration exercise. That was in the chemistry class. And then the final one has a group of students trying to build a fan out of recyclable materials. We gave them just a few components, like a battery, a motor, some wires, and and then a cardboard, of course. They had to come up with a number of things by themselves, but within a short time, they were able to come up with it. We had a competition. We divided them into a group, 4 groups, and it was very interesting what they were able to come up with at the end of it. So as you can see, our lectures are very engaging and everybody participates. You can't come into the class and hope to hide in the corner for the tar. You might survive a lecture or 2, but we will definitely get you to speak somewhere along the line, because you would all have to present on what you have come up with, either as part of an assignment or something that you're doing later. Now, we all end up talking about COVID-19 because clearly it has come to change the way we do a lot of things. We are now hearing the words or the phrase new normal. For Academic City, I don't want to call this a problem for us. It was more of a challenge, an interesting challenge that we took up. And as you can see on the screen here, I started out wanting to list out all the way we're doing our lectures before COVID-19 started, and then the way we're comparing that to the way we are doing it now. But like our students have already mentioned, there's been hardly a difference. You know, whether we're doing it online or we're doing it in real life, students are always having fun. Our lectures are interactive. There's a cordial relationship between our lecturers and the students. And like I said, we're always promoting critical thinking. Now, obviously, actually, I have to say, maybe COVID-19 has been more of an advantage for students than a disadvantage, in the sense that now you get to do your lectures from the safety and comfort of your homes. And then these, most of our lectures are recorded. Actually, all our lectures are recorded. So you can always refer, if you don't remember something a lecturer said in class, you can always go back to the video and then replay it to remind yourself about it. So in the strictest sense of the word, COVID-19 hasn't changed much of what we are doing. Of course, we did get some feedback from some of our engineering students that they miss the real life touch of, you know, cutting and molding things. So we are hoping that in the coming semester, even though lectures will still be online based, we would arrange for them to come to campus once in a while to do some practical work. But basically, it's been just a breeze, and students can testify, can tell you that they've been having a great time going through all this. Now, I want to touch on some of the projects we've had. You know, by virtue of the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of inventions took place both in and outside of Academic City. You may have heard of some of these automated systems where you can wash your hand, you bring your hand under a tap, and then soap pours in there automatically, and then the water flows for a few seconds, and you can either dry your hands with a dryer, an air-powered dryer, or use some tissue. At Academic City, we decided to work on a ventilator. So in the first 2 weeks, we had about 4 different models. Unfortunately, the time will not allow me to go through all of them, so I don't have any images of those ones here, but they were very huge models. We started with very huge models, and gradually we worked our way to what you see on the left. So that nicely cased structure is a ventilator. All we need to do is connect the final hose that will be connected to the human being, the one who needs help with breathing, and the ventilator will do its work. I put a second picture just so you have an idea what it looks like on the inside. But we had students, this was staff and students coming together to build this. So we had students from the electrical electronics engineering side. We had some computer science students. We had students modeling everything using a special software we call SolidWorks. And it was a very interesting experience. This has taken us roughly about 2 months. So imagine what would happen if we were to take up projects like this. If you come into campus and we get to take up projects like this and you have time to develop it, by the time you're done with school, you should have at least one good quality products that you can sell and then make a company out of, create job opportunities. And you see that the opportunities are endless once you apply yourself here at Academic City. At the bottom middle, you might see a picture of two chicks. It's interesting, I put the chicks rather than the machines that created them. The story behind it is a number of students came together to form a STEM education program where they reach out to some senior high schools to help them with some of their lessons, as well as teach them a few scientific things, like robotics and a number of things. So they decided to build an incubator for hatching chicks. Okay, so we started with the first model. One student brought in an old fridge. Actually, it was a lecturer who brought in the old fridge, and the students managed to re-engineer it and put in some facilities to make it, to control the temperature and humidity in there. And I think we started with about 30 or so eggs. Unfortunately, we lost most of the eggs, but these two chicks hatched successfully. So I put them there to kind of just remind us of that example. But subsequently, we have gone on to design an even bigger incubator that can hatch up to, I think it's about 88 chicks at the moment. And the success rate has increased. It's not perfect, but we are still developing it further. At the top right corner, you see a paper, or let's say a cardboard made excavator. It was another interesting project that current third year students who at the time were in first year were doing under engineering mechanics. We're learning about forces and motion and torque. We're trying to understand how all these work together. So we decided, why don't we try building something like this? And at the time, we didn't have enough money to go and purchase metal and all these other things that you'd use for a typical life-size excavator. So we got cardboard, a lot of glue, and some pipes. You'd see some pipes connecting some of the cardboard pieces in there. But the students came together, and this is what we came up with successfully. So I'm saying all this to let you know that once you come to campus, we're going to engage you in real life work. And it's not only for engineering students, it's for business students and the communication arts students. I think the student mentioned the fact that in business, under one of the courses, there was a day they had to get some ice cream and do a sale, set up a small shop at a cafeteria. So both staff and students were coming in to buy ice cream. And it was an interesting experience for them. It was an opportunity for them to gather data that they could take back into the classroom and work with. So get ready for a real life experience at Academic City. Thank you.
Thank you to Mr. Julian Bennett. As he said, Greg, get ready for a real life experience at Academic City University College. As I told you, see, so he's always smiling. He's still smiling now. Okay, so I don't want to talk much. You've heard from our amazing faculty and students, and you've gotten first-hand experience on how things work at Academic City and how we do things and how engaging our students are. So we'll move straight to the next agenda, which is the trivia. As I said, the trivia is going to be exciting. So we want 5 attendees out there. We want you to raise your hand and you'll be taken. Let me just go straight to tell you how the game will work. So all we need to do is for you to come up with an adjective that describes who you are, starting with the first letter of your name. So I'll go first so everybody knows how it works. I'm dramatic Dorcas. Dramatic Dorcas. Everybody knows I'm dramatic, so you don't need to. So let's move on to one of us then. Daniel, why don't you help us with yours?
All right, no problem. Yeah, so Dynamic Daniel. Yeah.
Dynamic, get it? Dynamic Daniel.
Yeah.
Gladys, are you still with us?
Yes.
So Gladys, can you help us with yours?
I'm Generous Gladys.
Generous Gladys. Whoa, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, Mr. Julian. Mr. Julian, can you help us with yours?
I think I'll go with Jovial Julian.
Jovial Julian. I think that's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, Dr. Ransford, please help us with yours.
I'm Rich Ransford.
Ooh, Rich Ransford. Yeah, see, potentials. We all want to be rich one day, right? Okay, so we're waiting. So let's see who wants to come out and then tell us this about themselves. So the attendees. So raise your hand. There's a button. Please raise your hand. You'll be taken, and then you tell us a little about yourself. Anyone? It's excited to join the fun. Okay, Janice, maybe they need more motivate. Janice, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
So Janice, can you please tell us what adjective describes you?
I'm joyous Janet.
You are?
Joyous Janet.
Okay, joyous. Oh, that's nice. Okay, that's nice.
I
Okay,
think
so we.
how Bawalin, Madam Bawalin wants to say something.
Okay. So I think turn your mic on, Beverly.
Dorcas, there is someone,
Yes.
Beverly Sawyer.
Yes,
I've turned
so
their
yeah.
mic on.
Okay, so Beverly, we are all yes.
I'm Basic Bevelin.
You are?
Basic Bevelin.
Ooh, Basic Bevelin. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Someone else who is out there who wants to? See, Basic
Mr.
Bevelin.
Julius. Mr. Julius.
Okay, Mr. Julius.
Hi, I'm Juicy Julius.
Ooh, that's cool. Juicy Julius. Okay, there's someone, Darcy. Is that how your name is pronounced, Darcy? Please turn your mic on and then tell us your adjective.
It's Daisy, and I'm Dazzling Daisy.
Okay, Daisy. Oh, okay, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so is anyone else? Come on.
Hey,
Christelle.
I'm Christelle.
Cool, Christelle. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, so I think we've learned a little bit about our attendees. So we'll move on to.
Yeah.
Okay, I think there's another hand up. Lorna. Please, Lorna, turn on your mic and then tell us about yours. The adjective that describes you.
Mine is loyal Lorna.
Loyal Lorna. That's good. Loyal Lorna. Okay, then Lorna must be really loyal, I see. Okay, so thank you, everybody. So we'll move on to the next trivia.
Yeah, so even before I move into that, in the chats, I see Eugene saying he is eccentric Eugene, so that's amazing. Yeah, so to the next trivia, it's going to be about how you feel or how do I feel. So it's going to be a question and answer session where you put in the fastest hands. Okay, so we pick the fastest hands, and these are the rules. So you have to key in an emoji that expresses how you feel right now about Academic City College, about becoming an A-citizen. Yes. So the fastest hand to drop an emoji in the question, that's the Q&A section, becomes the first 5 to be picked to speak and express their emotions. But even before that, personally, I'm really, really excited that we are having incoming students in Academic City University College. It's a very great atmosphere, and getting more people to join the family is exciting. So I'm really, really looking forward to meeting all of you. Maybe we could hear from other students and faculty how they feel about the incoming a citizen. So maybe we could get, let's see, we could get Dorcas telling us something.
Okay, Daniel. Okay, Daniel. Of course, I'd love to tell you something. So a little bit about me, then I'll just wrap up and how excited I am to have new students join us. When we came to Academic City, we were known as the pioneer. We officially started the university, and let's say we didn't have anybody kind of to maybe look up to. So it was quite hard, and then mingling with new people when we were like the only ones in the hostel was quite difficult. So I told myself, why not make my juniors very, very comfortable when they come on campus. So what I do is to offer my support and my assistance. I remember last semester, they made me stay up to 4 a.m. helping them with assignments and presentations. And I'll be like, these students are really lucky that I really love them that much to be giving them much of my time to actually come to me and seek for help. So that's great, Daniel. I'm really excited, really excited to meet new people because I love diversity in ACity because I have friends from all over, from Benin, from Cote d'Ivoire, from Nigeria, yeah, in Ghana, someone from USA, and that's just great. People from different diverse backgrounds are coming together, and this is great. So yes, I'm happy to meet everyone out there, and you definitely meet me in the university, and I'll give you a tour and make you feel at home. Thank you.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's great, Dorcas. Thank you very much. So in the Q&A section, we have Chinazo. We have Nazo. We call it Nazo. So Nazo, you could unmute yourself and then tell us how you feel. And yeah, about the rules of this trivia. Once again, it's the fastest hand. So the first 5 attendees who would put an emoji in the Q&A section expressing their feelings, how they feel about just coming to Academic City College as of now, will be given the opportunity to express it like verbally to everyone. So yeah, it's a platform for you to get to speak to everyone and then let us also know you and how you feel about the school. So yeah, Nazo would take us through with with what he feels. So yeah, Nazo, you can tell us what you feel.
Okay. So Nazo, I hope you know the rules, so I can say the instructions again. Just the fastest hand, put the emoji in the question and answer section to make us know how excited or expectant you are in joining Academic City University College. So Nazo, that's the rules again, and then tell us how, since you were the first to put your emoji up.
Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can, Nazo, we can.
Awesome. So, Dorcas, I know you are talking about me because the assignment was me, and you want to tell everybody, so no problem. Thank you. So that's Dorcas for you, everybody. Dorcas is the way she helped us 100 level students is just the same way I want to actually help other 100 level students. And I mean, it's exciting bringing. I don't know. I'm an elder brother. I'm the firstborn, and it's exciting to bring new people, like to help out new people. So I'm feeling excited to help out the new incoming level hundreds. Like, you guys are gonna have an amazing time. So yes, I'm very excited to welcome you guys to ACity. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's Nazo. That's some interesting feeling right there. So we'll call Miss Lorna. Yeah, Lorna has dropped an emoji in the Q&A section. So Lorna, you could tell us how you feel.
Okay, so I am super, super, super. I know I love using the word excited, but I'm always super excited to interact with students who are coming over on campus. One thing I feed on a lot is energy and vibe. So to our incoming students, I can't wait to feed on your vibe. I can't wait to feed on your energy. I know your badge is going to be amazing. It's going to be full of fun. It's going to be full of excitement. It's going to be full of cherished memories. It's going to be full of moments that would hold on to till thy kingdom come, if I should say. And so I hope you guys come on campus with an open mind. I hope you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend that you're coming to Academic City. You are going to be the new set of A citizens that we are going to have. So they should also hop on the wagon and then we'll do this together. So I can't wait to see you all on campus. Thank you.
So as you heard from Lorna, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that you're coming to Academic City University College, because it's a college where we make our mark. So I see the next person out there, Vanette. Yes, so Vanette, kindly turn on your mic and then tell us how excited you are about joining Academic City University College. Vanette, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so
Okay.
please tell us how excited you are.
Okay, thank you very much and good afternoon to you all. I'm very excited about joining Academic City right now to taste how real engineering life is, as Mr. Benes has been telling us right now. I want to be part of everything, every experience he has been telling us. That's why I feel like I'm in a hurry to be part of ACity.
That's great. You should definitely be in a hurry. Academic City is a lovely university. You definitely like it here. Thank you very much, Bernard. I think there's another hands up. Daisy, right? Daisy, hope I pronounce it well this time. So Daisy, tell us how excited or happy you are to join Academic City University College. Daisy, are you still there? I think it's
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Go ahead, the floor is yours.
For me, I'm super excited and sad at the same time. I'm sad because I was supposed to join Academic City like in September. Now I know I'm going to join you in November. So I can't wait because there is still a lot of time, and I got admitted like before the outbreak, and since then I've been packing my bag and I can't wait to visit Ghana, visit the beach. So I'm super sad. Thank you.
Much. I understand why you're sad. I also want to go to school, but unfortunately, we have to stay home and do online. But we hope, fingers crossed, that we get the chance to go to school very soon, and we'll be expecting you in Academic City University College. So, if anyone have a question, so this is time for questions and answers. Please put in your question and answers, and I will be happy to answer them or throw them out to the panelists to answer them to the fullest of their knowledge. So do anyone have a question about the student life, about the school, about the activities we do here? We'll be glad to answer your questions.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Dr.
Yeah,
Raz.
yes. I think you need to spend a minute or so to talk about our Diversity Day.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's a great. Okay, so when I came to Academic City, I didn't know about a certain passion I thought I didn't know I had. because planning events, oh my God, I have planned almost all the events in Academic City University College only because I was pushed to do so. And then lecturers encouraged me to be like, okay, Dorcas, you can do this. So all I need to do is to push myself beyond boundaries and I'll be able to do that. So I had a chance to plan the diversity day in my university. It was great. I ended up coaching the dancing team. I organized everybody. I worked hand in hand with Dr. Ransford Aintree. It was amazing. Dr. Ransford Aintree was a support throughout the whole show. He made everything come together with Miss Diana and the communications team. It was great because, as I said, Dr. Ransford is like my personal favorite. Like most of the lectures are my personal favorites. And I had the chance to do all that. And I'll continue planning the diversity day. So when you come on board, the next diversity day, I hope you'll be included in that diversity day. Hope I answered your question, Dr. Ransford.
Sure, you have. You have.
Yeah,
we are looking
sure.
forward to seeing them join the diversity day.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so
Yeah, so back to the questions and answers. Someone has a question in the Q&A section, and it's, will any new students be coming to campus or will it all be online? So as of now, what we know is that by the president's directives, all universities are closed and no one is supposed to be in school. No level 100, 200, or 300 students supposed to be in school. So until there's a change in the current trend, or there's a change in the directives as of now, then it means that we are going to be having our teaching, learning activities online. So until there's a change, everything is going to be online. So I hope that is helpful and that answers your question. Yeah. So you can keep the questions coming in.
Yeah, keep the questions coming in and we'll be glad to answer your question or throw them out to our panelists.
Yeah. So anyone with any question, you could ask it. Yes. We have only a few minutes to end the webinar today. So please be quick about it if you have any questions.
Okay, so we're just giving you some few seconds. If you don't have any question, we would like to close the webinar now.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're just waiting.
So going. So I think with no questions now, we are wrapping up. And yes, so there are a few announcements to be made. So I'll leave it to the appropriate individuals to make these announcements.
Okay. Okay, so we have one question. So I'll read that question out very quickly. So someone said, I want to know for Mr. Bennett, how helpful is the engineering online class? So Mr. Bennett, are you still with us? Can you respond to this question?
Yes, I'm still with you. I would say it's very helpful. Like I mentioned before, in terms of the lectures itself, it's going to be the same as it would have been if we were in a classroom. But obviously, we're going to miss the feel of real life. You know, sometimes we have practical sessions where we take students to the workshop where they can do some actual bench work or cutting or milling. We have a number of machines there. Or even sometimes just showing students some of the models that we have. Now, because we are doing work online, I can show you some models online. We have some 3D models, we have videos, we have lots of YouTube videos I can connect you to. So we wouldn't be missing much in terms of the getting a visual picture of whatever concept we're going to be learning in class. The tricky bit would be getting our hands dirty, cutting metals, milling and stuff like that. What we are doing for now is we are settling for simpler materials that are easy to get, like paper and cardboard. I can ask you to just go into your house, get some old boxes or get some A4 sheets. You need a pair of scissors, maybe a cutter, and some glue and a number of things which are easy to get. I mean, if you don't have them in the house already, it shouldn't be difficult to go into a bookshop and buy them. And we can use those to model quite a number of things. But then until we start going to campus, we're going to miss the opportunity to cut through. Last year and then the year before, our students had the opportunity to cut through metals that were very thick, let me put it that way. So you had to use powered machines to cut through them. You can't just use a hacksaw or typical, the saw that the carpenters use and stuff like that. So we would miss a little bit of the practical side, but we would still have projects ongoing. So lectures will go as planned.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Bennett, for answering the question to the fullest of your knowledge. So there you have it, 10 days. I told you before, you're going to have an amazing experience here, and you see, you already did. So we'd like to close this show and then say thank you to everyone. But before that, don't forget, this webinar will be available on YouTube. If you want more information about us, kindly go on our website at acity.edu.gh. We are also on Facebook and Instagram. If you like to interact with the students personally, you could go to Academic City Student Representative page on Instagram, and then any student can attend to you or give you more. As you said, we're here to be your friends. So thank you very much, my panelists, for doing an amazing job.